Alexa versus Anduin.
The light shall bring victory.
Let the hunt begin.
I don't think the Wandering Monster will be very good against Priest, so I'll mulligan it.
I hope you like my invention.
I wonder if I just play the Explosive Trap here. I guess I probably do. It's not very good into this, but it does upgrade my Spellstone. And then I have a 3, 4, 5, 6 curve. And sometimes it is nice to kill this 1/1, since Barnes is coming down soon.
If I roll need.
We hunger for vengeance.
I think Barnes has to be better than Flanking Strike.
Tale of true terror. No walls can hold me.
Nice.
Turn to get ready.
I think that's my best hit in the deck. Maybe Kathrena. But now he's gonna have Potion of Madness and it's not gonna matter. Luckily Velen costs 7 and not 8. Alright, no Potion of Madness. Kinda surprised he didn't send the Thalnos in looking for it. It's a pretty big deal to let this Silver Vanguard pop. Wow, I can even get 2 8-drops now. Is that good? Probably. This is a disgustingly strong Death Rattle.
Punch first.
Charge Devil Sword. Kathrena. Kinda wanted the second Charge Devil Sword, but I guess I'm not gonna be picky. I could coin out the Emerald Spellstone, but that's way too much into an AoE. Even with this egg in play.
I wonder.
Could just play a second egg to play around AoE and like make this trade. Could Flanking Strike, send in Barnes. I mean, how good is AoE, as long as I don't damage this guy? It's pretty bad, actually. Because, what is it, this turn? 6 mana is Dragonfire Potion. It just pops my egg and leaves me with 13 other power on board. I think he just dies if he plays Dragonfire Potion, actually. So I guess I shouldn't be too worried about that, huh? Unfortunately, he had 2 really good answers, and now we're into Psychic Scream territory. But I guess I'm gonna play this anyway, and just hope I don't get screamed. Okay, that can hit Carnivorous Cube. I wasn't sure about that interaction. So that's pretty bad. Should probably take the cube out of the deck. Well, that's not Psychic Scream. Pretty scary, though. I actually have Lethal, if he can't kill any of my stuff, and he heals his face. Oh wait, no, I don't have a Beast for Kill Command, actually. I have a lot of spells in my deck, so it's kind of hard to get a read on that. So I have 11 on board, I need 10 more. This is 5, but the kill command is not active. Do I have to kill Lyra? Lyra's pretty fucking scary. I should probably kill it. And then I guess I'm killing the Radiant Elemental too. Does killing it do anything? I'm afraid of Shadow Reaper Anduin. I get fucked by Shadow Reaper Anduin anyway. Could just push all my damage, set him to 5. He heals to 7 in theory, but if I leave Lyra up, he's gonna get more heals. I have to kill Lyra. Alright. Go for the Flanking Strike here and push 8 damage. Killing the Radiant Elemental protects my 5/1. Getting the 3/3 on the board is at least something if he has Anduin. And it sets up to push a lot of damage next turn.
Blessed be this funnel cake.
Alright, that's not a Psychic Scream or an Anduin. Play Dead is actually cool here. It lets me activate this kill command without having to commit my spellstone. I am going to coin out one of these threes, but I'm not sure which one. Egg doesn't do anything against Psychic Scream. Does Bo set up lethal? Set him to 15. He's at 17. I only have 16, so I guess it's Egg. He's on 9 mana, right? So this can be Scream. Dragonfire Potion's not really a concern. Doesn't have mana for Anduin. Wow, this guy plays Holy Fire. Never been a fan of Holy Fire in that deck. Alright, well, Wandering Monster makes this turn easy. So now I have a lot of stuff that doesn't even die to Anduin. If it's Dragonfire Potion, I end up with 2 5/5s. Still get fucked by Psychic Scream. I'm gonna stop saying Psychic Scream, and we can just assume for the rest of the game that that card fucks me over. This can't be too scary. Scariest is probably just the Lyra again. Oh, Priest of the Feast could be good, depending on how many spells he can spam out of his hand. This seems bad for him so far. I have 23 damage, so yeah, he's just dead here. With that on board, I don't even need the bow.
Raptors.
Man, that deck isn't very good when it doesn't draw its AoE. Or its Anduin, which I guess is AoE.
Versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
Let the hunt begin.
Probably don't really want to play the Devilsaur Egg on turn 3 in this matchup. Keep the tracking, I guess. And the Wandering Monster is good if he's a Mana Worm list. And all the mages are Arcanologist lists. Probably take the Flanking Strike. Secret Mage is the most likely deck, and it hits a lot of good targets. Well, that's pretty much the best opener you can get. Not counterspell, so most likely explosive runes. Luckily, most of the stuff in my deck has a lot of health, and Devilsaur Egg is pretty good into that. But this turn looks like an Eagle Horn Bow on the Mana Worm, and luckily his turn 2 actually sucked. Okay, nutty turn 1, shitty turn 2, shitty turn 3. That's good, I guess. So the bow is definitely hitting the worm. The question is, do I want to flanking strike this or play Barnes? And I think I just like taking less damage, so I'm going to go for the flanking strike.
I'm late. I'm late.
I need to start actually hitting him in the face. So Animal Companion, throw down the Wandering Monster, and hit him in the face. The longer this game goes, the more likely he is to just draw his fireballs, at which point I pretty much can't win. So that's likely to be a counterspell. I can't count on either of my spells. I guess I'll just take the 2 damage playing Barnes. Charger would actually be pretty nice here. Cool, so I can smack there. And then I still have the Wandering Monster up, so I'm just gonna push 7. Give me something big.
Come, midnight.
Alright, that's good. Survives. I don't have any secrets in hand. Oh, I drew a secret. Nice. Wait, this is counterspell, right? I almost feel like I'd rather get this counterspelled than this. Push 10 damage. He'll be at 8. I can hero power him down to 6. He can't hit me in the face. He'll command hero power. Almost always kills him next turn. But I guess if I just make wolves, those also almost always kill him next turn. Oh, his mana bind.
Amazing.
Interesting.
Such easy sport.
7 mana. It's actually pretty hard for me to die on 7 mana. Not double fireball, not fireball frostbolt ping. It could be... I think it'd pretty much have to be the second Firelance portal into like Doomguard or Leroy. I guess it can be Ice Block. They don't all play Ice Block. Oh, he doesn't even have mana to play it. He's just dead.
Excuse me, you are on fire.
Nice.
You win this.
I don't think there was a Wandering Monster that could have saved him there. So yeah, good to just give it up.
Rexa versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
Let the hunt begin.
Wandering Monster is good against Mana Worm. Flanking Strike is good for hitting, say, a Kirin Tor Mage. Pretty much everything in that deck has 3 health. Didn't have a 1-drop. Maybe he's Control Mage. I would certainly prefer him to be a Control Mage. I won't complain about the second Flanking Strike. Card is pretty reasonable as a turn 5 even. It's actually kind of bad for me that he just played a secret here. Because now I don't have anything to flank. I guess I'll just pass. I could have played the Flanking Strike on my guy, I guess, to prevent it from just being hero powered. But surely I can find a target for the Flanking Strike. Hopefully it's not Counterspell. Nice, not Counterspell. I haven't checked for explosive runes yet, so that's still probably the most likely. His deck hasn't seemed very aggressive so far, but nothing that he's done is out of line for an aggressive deck until now. So the Tar Creeper does tell me that he's probably a control list. So that's not very likely to be explosive runes, but even if it was, I would still play the high main there most likely. I don't know, I guess if I was pretty convinced it was explosive runes, then I probably would have played the Oozling. Wow. Good thing he just drew both of his Arcanologists, so he could pull both of his secrets out of his deck. So I can kill command here, trade here, and bow here. Could have gone for flanking strike instead of bow, but the bow works over multiple turns, so I think I like getting it in play.
Reality.
Not too worried about that guy. That's kind of bad. At least he low rolled. That's a good card for me. And then that hit's happening. And this guy actually can go face, so we're gonna send him face. Actually, maybe I should have killed the 1-2. It very often heals him for quite a bit. Yeah, I probably should have killed the 1-2. I basically only got 1 face damage out of my Charged Devilsaur, and I still have to deal with that thing. So the death rattles in the deck are 2 eggs, a silver vanguard, and a violet worm. I guess the oozling is pretty good here. We'll go for oozling plus animal companion. Could go for cat trick instead, he's very likely to trigger it. Could even go for like flanking strike, animal companion, cat trick. I think I like playing this guy while I have the chance though, so we'll see what he does. It's a good death rattle, pulls Charge Devilsaur or Violet Worm. Just go for a cat trick. I have a lot of stuff on the board, he needs to deal with it. No reason to throw a Misha or something into a Flame Strike. So I get an 8-drop and 2 2/2s. There's no way he can deal with all of that for 4 mana. Oh, and a 4/2. Just hero power pass. Okay. So I guess I'm most afraid of a second meteor hitting this guy. In which case I should probably just play King Crush and hit him in the head. If I went for Animal Companion there, it could have been like Flame Strike, Frostbolt. Probably don't play Frostbolt in that deck, so maybe another Medivh's Valet. Seems like he's getting hit pretty hard this time, though. Nice. So you get for playing Polymorph in your deck. Although 5 mana 4 AoE is actually still pretty strong. Interesting that he hero powered that one. So I have to imagine that that's got to be an ice block, right? I think I just go Wandering Monster Pass. Seems like he probably has an AoE for this. And even if he does, I just go Hero Power Kill Command next turn. And then even if it's another ice block, I could just Hero Power him every turn after that. So Polymorph the 8/3. I mean, he seems pretty dead. I guess that's the other ice block. He's still pretty dead though, right? Like he's just dead through an ice barrier, so this has to be a block, which means he's getting popped at 1. And I'll flanking strike that thing, I guess.
I bring life.
That's a kill command lethal. Oh, right. I have to still attack. I just played the kill command and I was like, boom, dead. But then I had to send 10 more damage at his face. So I did make some changes to the deck compared to part 1. Now I've got 2 Devilsaur eggs and 2 copies of Play Dead. And what all did I cut? I think I cut a Tracking, an Explosive Trap, and a Seeping Oozling, and a Silver Vanguard. So the Devilsaur eggs, they're good to hit off the Oozling, they're good off Barns, and it's a menu you can play that doesn't really interfere with Kathrena. Play Dead, of course, is nice with the newly added Devilsaur eggs. It's okay with Jaime, and it's okay with the Oozling, and it's pretty good with Silver Vanguard and Kathrena, and even the Violet Worm. But unfortunately, even with these changes, Big Hunter is still not performing as well as I would like. I currently am sitting just over 40% with the deck, which is obviously not great. And I think that might mostly just stem from being too all-in on the big stuff. I think Silver Vanguard is just a really shitty card. If you ever actually have to spend 7 mana on this thing, it's basically unplayable. So basically in this list, you're hoping to hit it with Barns or just never draw it, which is not really the kind of card you want to have in your deck. So Silver Vanguard, just bad. Seeping Oozling, unfortunately, I think is also just bad. If you can hit Kathrena, it's pretty good, but if you hit a high main, it's just a shitty Savannah high main. Same cost, same death rattle, but -1/-1. If you hit Devilsaur Egg, it's probably worse than Karen Bloodhoof because the first stage has 4 health instead of 5. If you hit Silver Vanguard, it's pretty good, but then you have to have Silver Vanguard in your deck, which is shitty. Violet Worm is okay, but you're really not happy unless you're hitting exactly Kathrena. So honestly, I think, unfortunately, Seeping Oozling doesn't even have a home in this deck. But Kathrena herself was actually quite good. pulling out a couple big Charging Dinosaurs is pretty nice, or even just hitting value cards like Savannah Highmane is pretty damn good. But I still don't think it's worth it to go this all in playing this garbage to supporter. I think it might be interesting to cut the Oozling, cut the Silver Vanguard, cut the Violet Worm, cut the Devilsaur Eggs, cut the Playdeads, and then just play some decent non-beast minions in the low end. Things like Pirates. Maybe if you wanted to be defensive, you could even play like Tar Creepers. Any of the broken neutral stuff really comes to mind. And then you just kind of use Kathrena with Charged Devilsaurs as a top end. Maybe you sneak in some Bone Mares in the 7 slot. I think that would be the way to play Kathrena. I don't think going all in with Seeping Oozlings and Silver Vanguards is a recipe for success though.